Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa will embark on a working visit to the United States of America from the 19th to the 22nd of May. President Ramaphosa will meet with President Donald Trump at the White House in Washington, D.C. to discuss bilateral, regional and global issues of interest. The president's visit to the U.S. provides a platform to reset the strategic relationship between the two countries. SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena joins us to talk more about this. A very good evening to you, Ms. Sophie. It's a crucial face-to-face meeting which is likely to be tense, but of course the outcome will be crucial for the future of SA-US relations.
The meeting is quite important as President Ramaphosa will be traveling to Washington next week. The president earlier announced that he will be meeting with President Donald Trump. This week, the U.S. president indicated that he will be meeting the officials from South Africa. Now it's clear that that delegation will be led by the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. The issues here will revolve around bilateral trade between South Africa and the United States of America. Many have indicated that the president or South Africa must focus on bilateral relations with the United States of America and stay clear of the accusations that have been made by some white Afrikaners that the Afrikaner community is facing a genocide in South Africa. The president had earlier discussed that issue with President Trump, and we expect that the president will focus on building or strengthening or reviving the bilateral relations between the two countries. President Trump is someone who believes in trade discussions, and also he is very transactional, and therefore talking about other issues, it is important, but what will make that trip to be successful, it is when the South African delegation focus on the relationship between the two countries.
And of course, we know that the relationship between the two countries have been rocked by a series of hostile executive orders and statements from President Trump and his government terminating U.S. aid, the import tariffs that we saw, expelling South Africa's ambassador to the U.S., Ibrahim Rasool, and a number of policy-related aspects. I mean, what kind of approach is expected around that, as the focus, of course, is building bilateral relations?
As you pointed out, and as I said, the focus will be on the bilateral relations, and that will center around trade relations between South Africa and the United States of America. The issue of the expulsion of the ambassador, it's water under the bridge, it's history. We know that it's not on the president's diary anymore. The president is currently focusing on strengthening the relationship, and that relationship, of course, mainly revolves around trade between the two countries. And I think that's going to be the main focus. We know that, therefore, the Department of Trade and Industry and also the U.S. Embassy in South Africa have been discussing in terms of what should be on the table in terms of documents in relation to trade and investment between the two countries. Those tariffs that were announced, we know that President Trump has since taken a decision to suspend the implementation thereof. And I think the focus will be trade relations between South Africa and the United States of America, particularly on the backdrop of should that 90 days deadline expire, that issue of AGOA will have been addressed in a sense that the trade relations on the table, the discussions will be different. And I think the president also will respond to one or two issues, but I think mainly it is going to be how do we strengthen the trade relations between these two countries.
Very well. Thank you very much. Expanding there on the breaking news story, as President Cyril Ramaphosa will embark on a working visit to the United States of America from the 19th to the 22nd of May. SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena there emphasizing that as far as expectations are concerned, trade relations will form top of the agenda as the two presidents meet.